What were we talking about?
Better than your average bear.
That's it.
That's what we're talking about.
We had a little get together last night. That was fun.
We
did. That was a good bash.
How did you feel about it for a film premiere?
It's always one of those things, middle of the week, Wednesday in Vegas, like how many people are actually going to show up. But, I think we did enough little social marketing and a few things that, the town of Vegas rallied. We had, 35, 40 people, I think.
More than
show
that.
up.
I'd say like 50 plus.
Yeah,
50 plus?
Yeah. I would say I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe
if it was 60.
like 60, 70.
Yeah, see, I was just running around too much.
You're an underscore. That's what you are. You just underscore everything.
Yeah, usually all my bucks,
Yeah.
they're underscore.
Yeah,
but then I
exactly.
realized they're like 240. Nah, I wish.
It's a good problem to have.
No, man, I'm tired. I can't do.
I was here till,
can't
what
do
were
that
we
on a
here
school
till
night.
last night? Like almost 10:30, 11.
Yeah,
something like that.
I left at 8:30, and that's like, man, this is bedtime for me on a school
Did
night.
it
I
make you
can't
wish
do it.
we'd made the showroom bigger?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You already knew my answer. Right? Now you gotta,
I know.
Now you gotta
I looked
do that
around
to
and I'm
me.
like, I wish the showroom was just a smidge bigger.
Thanks, Trail.
Oh, well.
Appreciate it, man.
My bad. Hey, you can knock down walls, right?
But yeah, it was a fun event. You had Stone Glacier guys. They did a lot of pack fitting.
Yeah, we had quite a few
Yeah,
come
we
through.
did have a lot.
Yeah.
How did you feel though? Film? We did a film. You got to stand up.
I think the film
you gave
premiere.
a speech.
The film premiere was really good. Yeah, I like to talk.
Yeah. Lorenzo, you should have hung.
Yeah, Luke and I gave a talk with Luke right away at the beginning of the film. I was doing a little bit of commentary during the film, like I'm trying to explain some of this stuff, showcase how rugged it is because we lost our cameras for so long. And then afterwards, I gave another little prep talk, little motivation thing about why I love to do what I do, just get away from people that are suffering. Like you suffer, you're gonna find animals.
Did we film this?
I think a bunch of
We
people
didn't
filmed
film
some
a speech?
social.
I don't know. He did some Q&A after.
Yeah,
it
some
was
Q&A.
It was a whole thing, man.
My dog Brady.
I've been on the seminar train this year. I've done 4 seminars already this
Getting good at
summer.
it.
Yeah, I'm learning how to, I guess, talk.
Getting those
but,
reps in.
Yeah.
How do you feel about doing those? Do you like them?
The seminars? Well,
Just standing up and giving a speech. Did you do a speech in high school or anything like that?
well, no, because I guess easier now because you're passionate and you love what you're doing. But I'm always the type of person though who wants to do my best job ever, and so I feel like I owe it to people to get the best out of me. So I will stress for weeks before I give a seminar because I just want it to be absolutely perfect, even though I know everything I'm talking about.
Do you stand in a mirror at home and rehearse it?
Honestly, I do. Not like directly in the mirror. I do it to my TV because I always just like cast my seminar up on my TV, run through it, try to time myself how long it's going to take.
That's a soldier right there, man.
Like
Doing the hard
I
work.
go to the other end because I realize like these people who I give seminars to, whether they're paid or free seminars, these people are doing like
Still their
I owe
time.
it to them to give them the best of their ability. A lot of people are driving from out of state, coming to hear someone talk, and it's like, well, if they're hearing me talk, like I want to do my best.
Yeah, worst case scenario is if somebody went away from one of those things like, what?
Yeah, Brady's
What?
way
Like,
different than I
what the
thought it
hell?
was.
Yeah.
He's actually
You
really
don't-
dumb. He can't speak.
you don't
like,
want
I
that.
don't want that.
My kid had an instructor last week in one of his classes, and she showed up and she kept just like complaining to the kids, like, "Oh, I got 2 hours of sleep last night. It's like I'm not prepared." She's like, didn't have her music cut, and my kid came home and he was just like ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what you don't want. Right there. That's what you
he's
don't want.
13 and he's already like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Complete waste of money. Not prepared.
But the favorite part of the night though. So I can't remember who I was talking to. Talking to a bunch of people. All of a sudden I look outside, and this gentleman to my left, Luke Dusenbury, comes walking in.
Just walking in nice and slow.
The Dusenbury.
The Dusenbury himself.
First time at the GOHUNT HQ.
Yeah.
Is this first time down here?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
you
It's
surprised
beautiful.
us.
Yeah.
I was very happy to see
Yeah, I
that.
think I only told Cody and
Yeah,
told
so
Brady.
when I was at the Western Hunting Summit last week, I barely had any service. So like every time he would text me, it would be so late till I could actually respond back to him because I had to wait till we got back to the lodge and we had some good old Elon Musk Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah, when I saw you guys were pumping on social, just talking about the beers, bucks, bags kind
Yeah.
of thing, I was like, talking to my wife, I was like, it'd be kind of cool if I went down there for that.
Was it
I
the
don't know.
beers that got you?
Definitely.
Yeah, put it over the
Yeah.
top. You're like, bucks, yeah.
Bags,
Beers,
yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah. No, but then we just talked about it and we're like, you know what, let's just go. We got the time, and so we just kind of made it happen. So
but I thought it was crazy is like both you and your wife's travel situation to get down here was
I
the
know.
opposite.
Yeah, we
different.
both had like weddings and stuff in Utah and Oregon, and we just kind of
I was
figured out a
very
way.
confused when you were first
Yeah.
telling me. And I'm
I
like,
almost
wait.
just was like, don't worry about it. We're here. That's what matters. But yeah, no, it was an awesome night.
You know what I just noticed? The beers, bucks, and bags. You killed a bull in that video.
Oh, yeah, no
But there was
bucks.
a few bucks in there. Don't worry. Like I tried.
I mean, you are an elk guy, and we called it bull. It should have been.
Well, it should have been bulls.
Should have been beers, bulls,
Bulls.
and bags.
Double.
Like I don't
You
even
killed the bull in the video. You're elk
Did
guy
I?
now.
Mm-hmm.
I've killed bucks bigger than that bull.
Probably not. How big is that bull? He's over,
I don't know.
He's over
funky.
200.
Oh yeah, he's over.
He had like a
See?
small 6 frame, but he was only like a 5 on one side, or
Yeah,
maybe
he's-
4. I don't know.
Yeah, I think-
He's a 200 incher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why elk are better. You can still get 200 inches.
Yeah,
even out of
those
out of a
ones.
3-year-old.
Well, the crazy thing is though too, you can shoot a small bull and people will celebrate it. That's what I kind
Yeah,
of
we've
enjoy
talked about
it.
that before, huh?
Yeah, you can shoot a small
Yeah.
bull and you can shoot a spike bull and people will be jacked on you.
It's because they're a superior animal.
Yeah, but you shoot a small buck, you shoot a small bear, you shoot any other thing that's like small or young, and people are like, you should not be shooting that. Why are you doing that? It's such a small animal. You shot a 2-point, you shot a 3-point buck, but you shoot a raghorn bull. Oh yeah,
People are pumped.
yeah,
Heck yeah,
you're
brother.
the king.
Yeah, heck yeah, brother.
Yeah, people are interesting. in
As
hunting
it
bulls.
should be.
He'll eat real good.
All I'm hearing is you just speaking truth. I totally makes sense to me.
Oh, like I'm a big elk guy or something. Like that's what you're going for.
Just that if you kill any elk, you should be celebrated.
Hey man,
That's what I'm hearing.
stats would show. I mean, if you look at the data,
Yeah,
stats would show.
Yeah.
but it's good. You did all the camera work for this film.
Yes, sir. Yeah, just me and Brady out there. And it's
Just trying to survive.
just trying to survive. And for like what, a day and a half, it was just my iPhone. When
Yeah,
we left
yeah,
our
it's-
packs on the mountain.
That's what I loved kind of about it though. It's a crazy different story in
Yeah.
a way because of what happened, and yeah, people definitely got to watch it. So it's actually going to drop on July 2nd at 9 a.m. I'm not sure when this podcast is going to
Sunday?
go out.
It'll be out.
We're still
for a while.
doing Sunday
Yeah.
drops.
Sunday
we're still
drops,
doing
yeah.
Sundays?
So by the time you're listening to this, the podcast or the video will be out. It's called Hard Times.
Mm-hmm.
So Luke is the person that made it what it is. He really did.
And
What-
I got to plug Nick from Far Gone Films too. He did an awesome
He did
job
awesome on
editing
editing.
it and
Oh yeah, they
putting
did,
it all
honestly,
together.
That's a good shout out. They did
Yeah.
a lot of respect there. They did
Yeah.
an
If
awesome
you haven't
job.
watched any of their videos, like,
Yeah.
they do some phenomenal work.
Some
Yeah.
of the best in the industry.
Big fans, man.
Yeah.
Really happy we found them.
Why did we call
But
it
they found us.
hard times?
You know, honestly,
It looked pretty easy.
yeah, I mean, yeah. If you watch it, you'll realize like, I mean, I do some silly stuff a lot. I just like to put myself in uncomfortable situations to have more success a lot of times, and it just the difficult part about deciding to kill that bull, trying to stalk all the way down in there, just everything about it was hard. Like honestly, like
Did it
just
suck,
brutal.
Luke?
It sucked.
Yeah, it was one of those hunts too, where just there was so many choices we had to make, like
Yeah.
way more than a normal hunt.
Yeah, like even the time I was sitting there, like joking, like, oh yeah, I got to finish my coffee and do this. Like I'm literally sitting there drinking my coffee because I still didn't know if I wanted to kill that
Yeah.
bull.
Yeah.
You can hear me talk the whole time about I really just want to go and find a buck. Yeah, there's these bulls here. We can go kill them. I have an over-the-counter tag. We left that big bull.
Mm-hmm.
Which did you confirm? Like,
Yeah.
you
Why
three-
do you leave that big bull?
That was a big
because he's a bull and not a buck.
Yeah, I think it was a 300 inches, probably
but-
310.
So
That's
the,
what I-
so the,
that's-
the
I think
main
that's a big bull.
So yeah, I say
For an
on there,
OTC bull?
like I
Yeah.
definitely would rather go kill a buck, but like the situation where he was, like there was a canyon down below where he could have shot down in. The only spot that he could get down into the bottom of the canyon because everything else is this big head wall. He could have been in that black timber, which we had set up like I don't know what it was, 350 yards from that timber, and watched it all evening for 2 hours, or he shot down the canyon. And if he shot down the upper part of the bench, not down below, we would have seen his tracks. Like we were glassing the snow. There was no elk tracks over there. So it was either in the timber or he went down into the canyon. If he went down that canyon, that cut, he could have got so many different places to go that we would just never relocate again. We can't relocate him from our side. So like, it's probably going to be worthless to go over there.
I thought elk were easy to kill. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Brady. That's what Brady tells
That's all
us.
he's
That's why
ever-
deer are better
that's all
because
he's
elk
ever
are
said.
so easy
I
to
probably
kill.
should rolled and killed
He-
them.
he
I'd be
gave
looking
you
like
the
an
slip.
all-star.
They're so easy to kill though, Trail. You know.
But if I
think
would have
he-
done that, it would have
do
been
you-
a cool story.
Do you think he just held up in the timber? Or do you think he slipped out the bottom?
I think he slipped at the bottom. I don't know. What do you? What would
Yeah,
you think?
that's where he was just headed towards.
He was
Just
with
going
other bulls,
feeding
right?
down.
Yeah, he was
Wasn't
with other
alone?
bulls.
Yeah.
And then the problem was though, like he was with. We could have seen him a lot sooner, but just the way the topography was in front of us, like we couldn't see just on that hill. And finally, when he got down towards that cliff edge, that's when his rack showed up above the hill. But he was only 1,300 yards away.
Only.
So like,
So he's about 1,300 yards too far.
yeah, for you
For me.
archers, yeah. So like instantly, I was like, man, if we'd have seen him a little bit sooner, we could have cut that distance quicker while he was working down that ridge. Like maybe he was feeding down that ridge. We don't really know what he was doing, but he was up on that ridge working his way down, and so we could have snuck closer, and I could have taken maybe like a 700 yard shot on him, which yeah, people are going to hate me for saying 600-700 shot. But again, I shoot all the time. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Let the haters hate, man.
Yeah,
that's
let 'em do what they
that's
wanna do.
not a long shot for you. It's just that's the reality.
Yeah, but like this was process with me though. Like we had just hunted there that whole day. We did have that hunter skirt through that area right down below us. And
We saw a couple guys on horseback.
Yeah, a couple guys on horseback. Like we hadn't seen any big bucks there. So like as a mule deer hunter, like why go sit there again? There's not a single big buck. Yeah, there's one big bull, but again, what do big bulls attract? Other hunters. So since I really didn't care to hunt,
Well, and they move. I mean, the chances of that bull's in the exact same pocket 2 days in a row.
and it's post rut, it's November. Like he could be cruising.
Yeah, I mean, he could be rolling. So you may never see him
And if
again.
they do decide to roll, like see you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
He was honestly probably headed to the low country because he knew that storm was coming.
Yeah, that's
the next
another thing.
day.
Yeah, the storm. So like that's what was funny, you know, sitting there drinking coffee, deciding what do we do the next day to kill that bull, and then just realizing, well, this storm is going to roll in. We're literally not going to be able to hunt for potentially 2 days, and that elk's there, and there's no mule deer there. Kind of made an easy decision to go after the elk.
Was the bull that you shot? Did you determine was he'd been hit?
It's hard to tell when we cut him up because literally his front right leg was mush. You could take that leg and just spin it.
So no structure in it.
Nothing at all.
No, it did not lock.
Couldn't tell if it'd been shot.
If it was, it might have been like earlier, like maybe
Early
archer or something like that.
archery or
And
It
snapped
held
it.
over.
Yeah.
Did you cut down through that joint to look and see?
Oh, it was like pussy and black. And
Really?
just
No broadhead or anything.
no broadhead,
like that?
no anything.
My brother killed a spike one time. Same thing, leg spinning from the same spot. Shot it with a rifle. We figured it was opening day of the spike hunt in Utah. And we figured somebody else had hit it that morning because we'd heard some shooting. He shot it, and we processed that thing, and it had a broadhead buried right in that knuckle, and it completely severed the whole knuckle. But whole broadhead, like a muzzy thunderhead. Is that all right?
Trocar?
No, like the old muzzy.
Old one.
The
Hey,
old,
Hey, listen, if
Oh,
you
you're talking
would've-
about the Thunderhead NAPs?
yeah, like the old head.
Yeah, the NAPs, yeah.
But it
New archery
It
products?
hadn't been in there forever. I mean, it was still kind of shiny.
If you would have shot a G5, it would have been dead. I'm telling you what.
Yeah, it had severed it clean off anyway.
Really?
But maybe.
That's rough. Or yeah, with the
but-
G5, it would have for sure.
But that leg was just swinging, so it was
So,
kind of
so
weird.
that definitely weighed in my decision.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
I feel
It
bad.
would-
I feel bad for animals. Yeah. I'm going to give a plug to elk right now. Elk are tough. Like he might have survived.
So tough.
A lot
Might
tougher.
not have though. But the thing was though, like we were watching that bull for a while. You can see where his friend was, and where we first located him in the timber, and then he went in the timber and moved again. Like he barely moved when he was in that timber.
And it was a fairly open hillside.
Yeah.
And so we knew he obviously was moving fast because he had the broken leg. So we were all just talking about it, just like, he's not going to move fast. If we do go over there, he's probably going to be not too far from where we're going to see him, because we had to lose visibility because we had to drop into this box canyon, cross this creek, climb up this rock face, then got cliffed out, then had to go to a different rock face, get up there, and he hadn't moved maybe 100 yards in that hour.
Yeah, that definitely like played into our favor a little bit
Yeah.
because I want you to, for your experience, because I talked about it before on the podcast without you hearing, so you can like defend yourself or anything. So I got two parts, but first we'll go to the box canyon right now. Like describe when we started going down in there. It was pretty gradual at first. All of a sudden we started getting towards the first cliff, and it was the cliff on our side, so we still had to go to the cliff on the other side where the bull was. Like describe how you felt through there and what you were thinking of, because we still don't know if we can go kill this bull, and we had a lot of stuff in the way.
We were just kind of going down through some deadfall, like probably 2-ish feet of snow at that point. And then we get to this literal cliff, and it really is a box canyon. It's just 100 feet, and then it kind of benches out, and then there's the creek. Just like a perfect textbook box canyon. And we just kind of stood on that thing for a little bit, and Brady was just like, "You ready to do this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, how are we going to get down this little cliff? And he's just like, we're just going to go one step at a time.
Send it.
And so I watched Brady go first, and he basically just kind of slid on his butt with his trekking pole and just kind of dug it and kind of slid down in that fresh snow. And so I was like, I kind of waited for him to get down like 70 yards or whatever. And then I just kind of went for it, and we made it. And I was like, all right, well, we're gonna have to go back up that.
That's the
But
thing.
we'll figure that out.
And like once you start going down, you're not able to turn around and go back up.
No.
Like I don't think you could really turn around and go back up
Yeah.
that spot. And with the snow conditions and all the rocks and ice, like
We would have had to maybe go down lower on the river,
Yeah.
and then just study maps and look for a little bit like wider topo lines. But
this is the part though, like This is why I love hunting with Luke, though. Like, we've had a lot of crazy adventures together over the
We
years.
have.
Like, a lot of wild ones where we
Yeah.
like come back and we're like, these are stories we're going to tell our grandkids someday.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you're just an old guy who did a bunch of crazy stuff back in the day. I was like, well, I have proof we did some crazy stuff. Because when we're out there, it could easily go the opposite way. Like, if you were a different person than what you are, but like, we mesh pretty well. Like, you love adventure as well. You love to capture the best product possible. And so if I say we're going to go over here, you're instantly like, yes, let's go do it. Where like you get someone else you're hunting with, or another, maybe a camera guy or something like that. And if they instantly have a little bit of doubts in their head, that doubt's going to creep into my head. I'm probably not going to want to go there because I don't want to take him in a bad situation or put him in a bad situation. And I'm not going to hunt as hard, but Luke's always willing to just go with my crazy ideas that probably knows in his head it's going to suffer. We're going to get back really late at night with headlamps. Sometimes we've been in grizzly country, like just knows we're going to do something crazy. But a lot of times it works out when we go and do something crazy.
Yep.
You genuinely like that?
I do. And
like
a lot of
that?
it comes to like, I just trust Brady.
Yeah.
I just trust him oftentimes in my life in these certain circumstances. But no, I just, Brady obviously is an expert in his field, and I trust his decision-making process. And I'm, still learning a ton, and it's awesome hunting with a guy like Brady because it just allows me to kind of like learn what some of his decision-making, decisions are in a situation like that.
Yeah, because you're a hunter yourself.
Yeah. But I'm still like, I'm only 28, so I'm still pretty young in terms of like Western hunting. And I've done it like over a good chunk of my life, but it's just the last 5 years or so of filming hunts. It's just been kind of a crash course, just going with guys like Trail and you, Lorenzo, and Brady, just, cause I've been with you guys filming for I think 3 seasons now. And I just want to say also just thank you guys just so much for, bringing me all these adventures. I'm just super grateful.
Yeah.
It's been an awesome 3 years. So, but yeah.
What's your background in? What got you into photography, camera work?
Yeah. Long story
Was this something
short,
you wanted to do?
to be honest, not really.
So I've got a high school senior, and I guarantee you when they go around on career day,
Yeah.
they're not pitching them the idea like, hey, have you ever thought about being a camera guy for a
Yeah.
hunting company?
To be honest, like I never really thought I was going to be anything to do with the camera. I always kind of thought guys with cameras were just, not really in the moment. Like I would see guys, shooting photos at some like event or whatever. I'd be like, dude.
Wedding?
Yeah. I'd be like, dude, why aren't you like in the moment, bro? But it's funny, like looking now, oftentimes I like having just like a little camera with me or whatever, just because I do like just how I'm wired, I guess. But I look at those moments now of like when I purposely didn't have a camera or like, oh, I'm just going to try and be in the moment, say on a hunt, like a personal hunt of mine. I'll have this like crazy experience and I'll be like, dang it, I wish I had a camera, because that's just kind of who I am. It's just part of my personality. It's like, I love documenting the story, and looking for that story in whatever events may be, happening or transpiring. So
What were you like as a kid in high school? I
was always like a pretty quiet kid, pretty like introspective. I got
played baseball, right?
Yeah, played baseball
Okay.
all through, middle school, high school, even college.
Played college ball?
Yeah.
Pitcher?
Pitcher. Yeah.
How hard is it?
Dang,
How hard?
What'd you get up to?
Yeah, what does Luke do?
Oh, I'd say like
Time to brag, Luke.
90s?
No, the best I probably ever threw was I actually got invited to go down to Cuba on a mission trip, and we played against some of their old like national players, like on the Cuban national team, and it's 100% humidity, 95 degrees, so like you throw twice and you're already warmed up, like you're just sweating. That was probably like the hardest I've ever thrown was down there. Probably like just mid 80s, mid to
I think
87,
he's
80.
lying.
Yeah, he's an understated too.
He's understated.
But I was a big like reliever. I started some games, but I just had a lot of like movement on my fastball, and my biggest thing was just trying to get guys out. So
Is
not
that your
trying
best
to
pitch? Fastball?
yeah two-seam fastball,
Two-seam?
just running in on the righties, just trying to get ground balls,
Throw a
pop ups,
knuckleball ever?
just messing around.
So I already have an idea.
Yeah.
I already have
Slider?
an idea in my head now.
Oh yeah. I had
Oh, you like a slider?
I was a two-seam slider changeup guy.
Slider's a mean pitch.
Yeah.
Tough to hit.
That is a mean pitch.
So next time I hunt with Luke, I'm going to try to find a stick that looks like a bat, and we're going to play a little rock ball
Yeah,
on
good
the
luck.
downtimes, or maybe after we kill, and
Yeah.
maybe throw some heaters my way.
It'd be fun. Just bring a little football bat and put in the back of the truck.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
When did you first buy a camera? Like, what got you into photography? Did you get into photography and then videography, or was this like a progression?
Kind of both, but just well, basically, I was playing baseball in college, and then I got hurt my sophomore year, and then I honestly this is just a very condensed version of the story. I didn't really know if I was going to play baseball again. I didn't really know what my future kind of like looked like. Cause I was also kind of undecided on my major. And then just kind of like long story short, that summer in between my sophomore and junior year, I like had partially recovered from my surgery and was kind of like walking again off crutches. Cause I was on crutches for like 2.5 months. It was pretty big. Like I had a meniscus surgery repair and lateral release and a bunch of other stuff. But basically my parents bought me a GoPro, just like one of those little action waterproof cameras. And I just got hooked. Like I started, going on hikes again with my friends and taking that with me and, just taking pictures. And this was like 2015. So like right as like Instagram was like really starting to kind of boom beyond just like taking photos with a phone and putting like a little Kodak filter on it and then uploading it. Like it was like people were taking pictures with cameras and GoPros and uploading on there. So I started just doing that and, just like going on hikes and doing like, waterfall, like kind of like expeditions. Cause like I grew up in Oregon. So kind of like between the time of like me hunting a lot as a kid and then hunting a lot post college, like in college, I was like really oddly obsessed with like finding off trail waterfalls and like using Google Earth to, find unnamed waterfalls and, just like really cool places, like, out in the deep dark forests of Oregon, just off, logging roads and stuff like that. So I brought my camera and got some pretty cool pictures of stuff like that. But yeah, and then just kind of just slowly evolved. And that summer I just got hooked on chasing adventures with a GoPro.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, man.
Oh yeah, that was me, dude. That was me. Just
He's probably not old enough to even know that reference.
He probably doesn't know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
The other guys.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
I'm proud of you, Luke.
Yeah, I try.
For a young one, way to get that one.
I try. But then it was kind of crazy that summer that I got a GoPro. I ended up taking 2 pictures. One was like a lightning strike hitting this like tree 100 yards from me. I was chasing a lightning storm. And then another one was like me rafting in a kayak, but GoPro ended up buying 2 of my photos. And I remember like telling my mom, I was like, Mom, I just got $500 from GoPro for like these 2 photos. And she was like, what?
Did
And
they
I'm
just
like,
reach out to you?
No, they had like this contest that
okay.
they're running, and I just submitted them on a whim. And I was just shocked. I got an email back. And so I took that $500, sold my other GoPro, and then bought like the newest GoPro. And then just, just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah,
and then
the
for
progression.
Christmas, I got like a little Nikon DSLR from Walmart and, just used that for like another year. I shot basically 2 years, just, totally for fun, just totally as a passion, just bringing it with me on cool backpacking trips and stuff like that.
And you're always self-taught, right? So
Yeah.
this whole thing.
Is this why you're going to college?
Yeah, so I was good. And then
With
at this time, I'm still in college. I'm like, this is my junior year of college, and I'm studying history. So I ended up getting a history degree, minored in theology, and then just kind of, I also say majored in photography because I was so obsessed with it. In my after school hours, after practice, I was going out late shooting astrophotography or learning stuff on YouTube or on the weekends, like after a doubleheader or whatever, I'm going out like backpacking or something. So.
I mean, he is addicted to story, being doing history and theology.
Yeah.
I mean, right there,
So
it tells us.
it's making more sense.
Yeah,
It's
right
making
there.
more sense.
Yeah. You like
I'm adding it all up
Yeah.
as we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
you like
I
stories.
knew we'd figure it out as we went.
Yeah.
Yeah. You so you self-taught then completely,
Yeah.
like with
Yeah, I had a couple people, like my aunt, she's a professional photographer. And I remember like in high school, I started taking photos just with my phone and stuff like that. Just like little macro shots of like a baseball, in the grass or whatever. And I remember she was telling me, she's like, you have the eye for photography. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I got baseball in my mind. I got, everything. I got, college and friends. And I was like, I got so many other things on my mind, and I didn't have a camera, and I just was like, whatever. Just kind of shrugged it off like a normal teenager would,
What do you think the eye is? Because like I've told Brady this 100 times. I'm like, you could teach me absolutely everything about f-stops and all the bullshit that goes into a camera. You could show me how all that works, but you can't give me an eye for it. What is that?
Yeah,
Like, what do you think that is with people? Because it's definitely a real thing. People,
Yeah.
It is.
there's
No, it
people,
is 100%.
People have an eye for photography or even videography.
yeah.
I don't know that you can teach it. Do you think you could teach it?
I think it's like a muscle. I think you can I think everyone naturally has an eye.
That's why I don't have an eye. No
like-
muscles. No.
That's true. But it's like, it's something once you recognize it and, use it a lot or use it daily, you can get like a stronger eye, kind of like a stronger muscle. That's something I'm like, super thankful for, like with my job. And, I just get to use it all the time. And, I try and even like do little exercises where like I'll pack a little camera and just be like, what can I do in this situation kind of a thing. And, but yeah, I just think, just over time and practice and, just trial and error, you can really develop that.
So what I'm really learning here is when Trail says he doesn't have an eye, he just doesn't take his camera out to enhance and work on his
I always
muscles.
got that right there. I just never dig it out. I for whatever reason, I lack the, whatever that is in people to like want to document. I'm almost the opposite, to be honest. Like there's times when I'm out hunting, I'm like, thank God I don't have a cameraman. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just so in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, do you like stop though and like take random photos when you're on the hunt, or are you just like so
very
into it?
rarely.
So,
I have to like, I don't think that way.
Yeah, you don't ever think like I
I
want to
don't
look at this later in life.
No,
I don't disagree with you that it's a muscle that you can train, right? But like it's like a guy with chicken legs. I don't care how hard he trains them; they're just never gonna get big, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe you have I'm not built like that either, and how I know for a fact I'm not built like that. A lot like what Trail is saying is GOHUNT has. I have forced myself over the last 7 years to like create some value of. While we're in the field, right? Like that's what our business does. It's about hunting. It's about all this stuff. So I try to force it, and I still have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact because every time I try to stop and force myself, I'm like, okay, I got this camera. I don't know. Like, here's a picture.
You could
I have
send
no idea.
Lorenzo and I out for 10 days, and
Nothing.
if it was not completely laid out, like you need to get
You would have
this,
nothing.
and this, we'd come home with nothing.
Yes.
That's honestly,
And we'd be pumped.
and we would be super pumped, and we would not stop talking.
but the photos you have would be like, you got some harvest photos. You'd be jacked on those. Like,
I do.
did my job.
I can take a grip and grin. I can take the shit out of a grip and grin.
But like a photographer has the like the hands on the horn and the animal's hide and like these things that
all the things
tie it in together. You and I would be like,
Yeah.
here you go.
But the thing I think comes down to
Me
those.
and me and the elk. There you go.
I think what you can maybe learn, that's what I want to hear more from Luke's side. Like you're kind of just telling a story though through photography. Like you're really just capturing the day-to-day activities in the best light that you possibly can. That's where the eye comes into play. Like make that little.
I think you got to be born with a little bit of it though, like a little bit of artistry in that.
My dad has
A lot of it too with video is the ear. Just having like, I call it like having your ears on. So not only are you like looking for, things to capture or even like anticipating things to capture, but also just like anticipating like that dialogue that, say like we were on that stalk on that bull and just like capturing like that frustration of like, dude, he never fed out. He stayed in the timber, and just capturing like, putting your pack on with your headlamp and just showing that like you stayed until dark and then now we have to hike back. And just like little things like that, just anticipating.
I don't listen. Talk to my wife.
Yeah.
She complains all the time that
I'm the same. I mean, if you brought Alexa in here,
husband?
If you brought Alexa in here, she'd be like, it goes in one ear, out the other. But
Do you feel like as you're moving through, so a hunt, you're obviously hired, we hire you for a job, you go out to film or photograph a hunt, but like your day-to-day life as you're moving through the world, and I think I know the answer because like last night you were here at the event and I already saw today in Slack that we had a bunch of photos posted that you taken from last night. Are you looking, like as you're moving through the world and are you just kind of observing things and you're like, oh, that would be a cool shot? Are you thinking that and processing it as you go day to day?
I honestly try to, because if I don't, obviously within reason, you have to be like, present and stuff. But I do try and like, even if I don't have a camera on me or even my phone, I'll just try and be like, oh, that'd be like a cool little shot. Or like even like
pops into your head.
Yeah. It just like last night I was like, oh, I'll bring my little, point and shoot camera and just mess around, and I was just like, it'd be cool to have a shot of like, the room in there with, people trying on packs. And, it'd be cool to have a shot of like, the Stone Glacier bag just like by itself. And then obviously like the movie night experience in the warehouse, just like 3 to 5 images that tell the story of the night. It's like,
but one of the cool photos was that bush light photo.
I had to get one of those
really
specifically for Brady. I could have gotten high noons or Cokes or whatever.
No, actually, they're bush heavies, but they're
I don't know if this is a good point or just stupid and ridiculous, but like what it reminds me of is my son right now. So my son is learning how to jump his dirt bike, and he loves ramps. We could be driving, we could be talking. Everything to him, he is looking for a ramp. Like everywhere we go, there's a ramp. That's a ramp. It's like that's what it reminds me of. You're always looking for the shot. It's like me talking to my son. I mean, I talk to him. We'd be driving, and be like, Dad, there's a ramp.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you seeing? Where is it?
Yeah, growing up skateboarding, same thing.
Yeah.
You're looking at the landscape completely different. You're processing in terms of like, oh, what that would be fun to skate. That set of stairs, that rail, that curb.
Yeah,
like
that's what my son's doing right now. That's a jump. That's a ramp.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, because I mean, if that is what
Yeah.
like that's how you're.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of.
Okay, I mean, you could essentially adopt that over into hunting, and I feel like when I'm out hunting, I'm doing the same thing. I'm seeing a landscape, I'm seeing movement, I'm seeing areas, water, and I'm like working that process out as I go.
But you have an eye for that.
I have an eye for that. I don't have an eye for photography, though.
You and I are probably the same, where we could look at a mountain range and tell you where the animals are going to be and where they're not, because we just kind of got that hunch over the years. We got the eye for knowing where they might be.
Yeah, Trail has an incredible natural eye for that. Like how what's going to happen if they get into this. Like this is what I see happening. He's
really good at that, but his name is Trail, but he won't stay on it. He does not stay on a trail.
There's nothing good that
We're
happens
following an elk
on
trail, and all of a sudden we're going through the thick brush.
trail.
And I'm like, we could just be 3 feet to the left on this nice trail.
Nope.
Now we're going right through here. We're going to sound like a herd of bulls.
Hard times.
Hard time. that was a good trail. That was really good.
Well played, right?
Yeah. But one thing I think, though, is the craziest thing to me about you filming the whole time. So I'm sitting here packing up my backpack all the time, and you're filming me. And then somehow you have to get your gear ready as well, but you have to capture all these shots, and like, it's got to be hard, like to try to like capture a story, but then you have to be dialed all the time as well, because then all of a sudden I'm leaving, and you have to be going too. So like you're just constantly moving and constantly evolving throughout the whole day, no matter what we're doing. I think that's a real challenge to me.
Yeah, because it comes down to like anticipating, but also just kind of being ready for whatever.
Ready, yeah. Not having a yard sale.
Yeah, or if it's like, okay, I'm filming Brady walk up with all of his gear while mine's a yard sale down here.
And then
I get the shot and I'm like, just throw it all in the back,
Do you hate at night when everybody else is eating and you're like filming? And everybody's already eating.
I mean,
food.
Brady knows I love food, but
dude, this guy eats so much. Every time I look over, he has like a little thing of Kodiak cakes.
Yeah,
and he has sometimes he carries a jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, on our first hunt together, I brought a whole jar of peanut butter.
And
I ate the whole thing in 3 days.
When we were in Alaska, he was eating liver chips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we brought those out.
What other weird food
more
we were
ridge
eating?
too.
I do remember that. I remember thinking, Luke's got some weird food.
Yeah,
this dude eats all day.
I don't know him well enough to bring it up. But
good camera guy, weird food choice. Yeah. Yeah, liver chips. I can't remember what else you had. You might have had a jar of peanut butter then too.
I may have.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, liver chips and peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm big on snacks, having a little boost of sugar, whether it's like, like the Cliff Block energy chews or a little Stroop waffle, anything like that. Just like a little bit of a boost, especially on like a hard hike or whatever.
You really did turn me on to those Stroop waffles though. I've started to pack those now.
Yeah, because I mean, not only do you have to be like physically doing everything, you have to, like it's a challenge enough in itself, but like doing the creative thing on top of that, like if I can just have that little bit of like granola bar, whatever it is, it kind of helps me. Mm-hmm. And I guess have a fast metabolism, so got to stay on it.
Pretty skinny
You
guy.
definitely do.
It is like saying that a really hard, long day at work sometimes is more like that mental grind all day long. It wears on you for sure.
Did you always have an interest in hunting?
Yeah, I grew up. So yeah, like I said, I grew up hunting with my dad in Oregon, mostly just like rifle hunting, maybe 2 weekends a year kind of a thing, like fairly casual. I did have a couple like bigger trips. Like when I turned 12, I drew a youth tag for the Steens in Oregon. We went over there, mule deer hunted for 2 weeks, and I ended up not getting one, but it was just like such a cool experience because I had like, we saw elk, we saw antelope, we saw some deer, and it was just a really cool time. And I look back at those moments and I'm just like, yeah, that was like an awesome adventure. My dad kind of like instilled that in me. Just from like a young age. Like I remember like going to elk camp with my BB gun, shooting little blue jays and, in the woods, and hiking around with that. So I definitely like grew up like with a love and appreciation for the outdoors and hunting.
One thing though that blows me away with you and your skill level though, like now we're good buddies, but I even before I really didn't know you that well, you take badass photos and your video is at another level I've never seen before. You're good at both. But then we go on.
That's hard to find.
And we go on hunts, And he's doing both. Like you're carrying 2 bodies sometimes. You have a dedicated video camera. I mean, I'm sure they can take photos too.
Yeah, it just makes it simple when you have 2. That way, like one's just rigged, with the ND filter, and it's like ready to go for video, and the other one's just my stills set up. I found that's like the best of both worlds.
But he's constantly though, like one over here, take another one, drop another one on the little on the cotton carrier. Like you're just he never stops.
A little insight for whatever people listening interested in doing what Luke does, but you doing that is a huge differentiator of you and why we love commissioning you to go on these hunts with us. One, because you can keep up with reading and trail, and it's kind of hard to find in itself. But like we deal with a lot of videographers who just flat out say, no, I don't do pictures. Like I'm a videographer, I don't do pictures. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, we're out there. You're not going to film 24 hours a day everything that happens. Like we need some assets, we need this, right? Like there's this whole other world. And if you do both and you do it as well as you do, major standout point of like, oh yeah, we need that guy. Yeah. Like we need to commission him as much as possible.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, guys.
And like Luke even has his own really cool style in photos. I don't even know how to describe it myself, but I see a photo.
Same, I don't know either.
And I'm like, that's a Luke photo right there. Yeah. You can instantly tell like either sometimes tight or it's like the way the people are positioned. Yeah, it's got a good feel to it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys.
Do you prefer one over the other?
That's such a hard question. The way I see it is there's certain moments that a photo best exemplifies and there's certain moments that a video best exemplifies. And I think like, I love the whole story of it. And I think video is king when it comes to like the whole story of like a hunt, like this hunt, Hard Times, for example. Like photos can only do so much. Like, yeah, photos were 1,000 words, but when you have, 15 minutes long or whatever, like that's a lot of frames. That's a lot of photos that tells like the whole story. But yeah, like for example, like, just trying to have the eye for a shot. I remember when we were hiking in, I think on the first load to get on that last day, I was like, Brady, I want to get a shot. Cause I'm like, dude, I already know it's going to be midnight, and it's like noon when we're starting this hike. I was like, tonight in the middle of the night when there's, no moon, cloud cover, like it has been, I want a shot of you walking through the snow at the rack on your back with the snow. And I'm gonna put I'm gonna put my headlamp behind you.
Yeah, that whole scene setup was I was blown away. Like you were describing it to me, like we're gonna do this at like 2 a.m.
It just like popped in my mind. I was like, that'd be a really cool shot.
Yeah, he kept talking about that one shot, and that one shot you'll see it towards the end of the video. We showed that, right? And that was one of my favorite things ever. Like that scene, you can see our breath coming out, how cold it was. Like
17 degrees, I think. What it was?
All that just super deep snow, and just like the effort we put into it. But like you thought it out though in your head, and then goes and executes it. I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna pull off. It's so dark out, but like the way you put the headlamps and set them up, like that guy's a wizard.
Yeah, that's honestly the next step from all the other videographers we've worked with, all that stuff. That is that next, like, okay, this is different. This guy's better,
Thank you, guys.
You're stud. What do you think about like people who want to get into this? Like, do you need to spend an absorbent amount of money on cameras and all this stuff, or is it like really just learning through the years and becoming more proficient with it, and you could probably get by with any sort of camera, but like, does expensive camera make it, or can you get by with whatever, or start using your iPhone and slowly like evolve from that? Or?
Yeah, totally. I mean, iPhones have come so far. I mean, everyone knows that, especially in the last few years, like the iPhone 14 now and 13 have like cinematic mode. And I mean, like I said, like there was a day I filmed on that and like, it honestly looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. I don't think a lot of people probably won't be able to tell.
Like, I hate to say that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just having an iPhone is a good start. And then, they make these little wireless, like DJI or Rode makes these little wireless mics to just clip on, and you can actually plug those into your phone now. And so if you wanted to run some sort of like off iPhone audio, which can sometimes be a little suspect because of wind and whatnot, but that's a good option if you're just looking for like a $300, barrier of entry. But I would say like to do it like decently, you're looking at probably $1,000 roughly to get started with, like a good camera.
You're talking about like body. A kit, like a body.
Yeah, like a good camera body, like a decent like medium zoom, like a 24 to 105, and then like a decent shotgun microphone. But yeah, it's not as big of a barrier of entry as a lot of people think financially.
Yeah, but it's just probably getting out there and practicing with it.
Yeah.
If you have this awesome tool, it's like, yeah, with great bow, great rifle, you gotta go and practice to be proficient with that said item.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it too is just like, I think just like the attitude of like, oh, I want to like film hunts because I love hunts. I think that's great. That's like an awesome place to start. But I think And I've seen a lot of guys, just, start packing the camera. And it kind of takes them, I think, longer to get like very proficient at the photography aspect of it because it's almost secondary. But I would just like really encourage and suggest like as much as you go all in with like hunting and like scouting and preparing and getting the right gear, like I would encourage someone to do that with like photography and just like shoot as much as you can, use that tool as much as you can. And just, try and just learn, like just be a sponge, like, reach out to somebody on Instagram, ask them like, hey, I've got this like backcountry hunt, it's like 5 days, no, wall tents, no, nothing. We're just on our backs. Like, what would you bring? And just like, I mean, there's so many guys out there in the industry who would love to, just say, hey, I'll do this and this and this, and just try and get a couple nuggets of information and go out there and try it, see what works, see what doesn't, go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Let's talk about like the whole backcountry and batteries for a second. Cause Lorenzo, back when we first started doing this, we had a, Mather.
Yeah.
And we actually packed in a Goal Zero, like
generator.
Portable generator.
Yeah.
And that thing, I don't know what it weighed, 15 pounds, 10 pounds.
It was more than that.
But I mean, what was
No,
that
it was
back in
more
like
than that.
2015?
Yeah.
This was 2015.
Yeah, we brought some solar panels and like we had the big FS 700.
Yeah.
Like
That's a big dog.
I used to Mather pack that big camera all the way back.
We didn't know what we were doing. It was our first.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's really like a lot of other options at that time too. Yeah, DSLRs and mirrorless stuff was kind of getting big, but like the whole battery situation, like
It's a nightmare.
It was a nightmare back in the day because we had to pack that thing in there.
Broke my backpack. It broke my hip belt on my backpack. It was crazy how how that plus. What are we going for? 12 days?
Yeah.
Food, gear.
I can't imagine
it broke
now.
My hip belt.
And we kept
Yeah.
switching it back and forth between his backpack, my backpack, like carrying it all the way in there just for Mather's batteries. But like all that little stuff someone has to think about if they're going to film a hunt. Like it's not just, I need to bring my camera, I need to bring backup lenses or whatever, or to have two bodies, all these extra memory cards. Like it's a lot to think about. And then the battery situation too and charging.
That's one of the biggest questions I get asked too by other people like in the industry or just people like, hey, like I want to, go do X, like what, like how many batteries do you bring or whatever. And I've like tried so many different things. Like I remember on one more ridge, I brought in one of those like Goal Zero. It's like a 2-pound brick.
Yeah. You had that brick.
And now I've like upgraded and changed some things. And honestly, I'm always like trying at least one new techie camera thing on every hunt, just seeing if like, it's an improvement. Is it better? Is it worse or whatever? But the biggest thing I've found is like just shooting on mirrorless bodies that can charge with USB-C cords and then using USB-C power banks that have enough power delivery. I think it has to be a minimum of like 15 volts. I could be wrong, but basically it'll just say PD on it for power delivery and then charging with those and then having a little anchor makes it awesome. I think you have it as well.
Same anchor 3-fold one.
Yeah, it's amazing. It folds like at 20 watts of power with good sun, and it weighs like a pound. And it's seriously a game changer. I don't even think Anchor meant to do that, but they kind of accidentally made the best solar panel for hunters.
It's always
I can't remember. Are you usually carrying around yours and we're charging it during the middle of the day, or are you leaving that back at camp and charging?
Yeah, oftentimes I'll leave it at camp. And even some of the shelters we use, like the Dyneema stuff, you can actually charge decently well through that. So you can like leave it kind of set up and it's totally like waterproof. And it'll charge your power banks. And I'll just charge those power banks up. And then oftentimes, like, this sounds crazy, I'll just have a power bank in my jacket pocket and I'll just run a USB-C cord. Like if we're glassing or, kind of on the downtime of the hunt, I'll just charge my battery back up. And there's been hunts where like, it's like 3 days before I'm actually like swapping a battery because I can just kind of trickle it. But
and they have to worry about too, we're in these cold environments trying to keep your batteries warm and all that. But like, the thing that also blows my mind too is like, we have all this hunting gear. We have a spotter, we have clothes, weapon, obviously. And I look over at Luke's pack and I'm like, my gosh, you carry so much weight.
Yeah,
And like,
cameramen always have giant packs.
yeah.
Mathers is just, it's a Marshall.
Oh yeah.
Mystery Ranch Marshall is just stuff full of shit.
In his personality, it is a wreck.
Yeah.
No buckles or where they're supposed to be. None that is where it's supposed to be.
It's hanging.
And you always have like these cubes to like protect some of your gear and stuff like that. And like, what was the pack you had on One More Ridge? It was like blown out.
That was
like the seams were like zippers could not close.
That was just a 5900 Stone Glacier,
Then you got,
which is a great pack. I've used it for 3 years. But ever since that hunt, that was when I was like, oh man, I need the big dog.
Especially on a later season hunt where you have clothes and we're surviving.
Yeah. So Brady convinced me to get the 7900 and it's been amazing. and haven't had that problem as much because I was just like strapping. I think I had like meat in a dry bag, just like strapped and was swaying around. Like it was brutal.
And this is another thing though I really appreciate about Luke, because I kill an animal, I should take all the load and suffer the most, but he's back there as well. We'll like trade gear back and forth, or the elk hunt, you packed a ton of meat. Like that saved my ass. Like you'd be able to help out, and you're willing to throw meat in your backpack, where some other guys, might not be willing to do that. Like, well, I'm just a shooter, or video person. That's all on you. And then that could have made it worse. But like, you are still willing to suffer as well to make this all work out a lot easier, which is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I absolutely wouldn't trade it. I mean, it just helps us both out. Less trips.
I mean, it's part of the. I think it's part of the job.
It is. I also do.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at that point, you're like, I just want to get done.
You want to get done.
I want to get off the hill. I want to get
Yeah.
a burger.
Yeah.
If I can carry 30 or 40 pounds and make
Here
this
we
process go, let's do it. So
We had a really good question last night. I want to jump over this other film because you filmed Betrayal, and Neville's brother on was it Nothing But Daylight?
Yep, Nothing But Daylight.
It's probably one of our also top films of all time.
Yeah.
And we had a question last night. It's like, hey, do your camera guys ever shoot anything on these hunts?
Oh yeah.
And
we should.
old Lukey boy here.
Yeah, Luke shot.
Shot first.
He shot his shot.
Yeah.
How did that feel to be knowing you're going to film a hunt with Trail, Neville's brother, and you pick up a caribou tag and you killed first?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that you guys even let me do that, was such a blessing. I remember when I was talking to Neville about it, he's like, yeah, honestly, like there's a lot of caribou, and talking with Trail, like everyone kind of usually tags out. And if you wanted to get a tag, you're welcome to. And I was like, no way. And so we showed up at Cabela's in Anchorage and got our tags. And I was just like, even if I don't get one, it's still, worth the experience, because I was just like, kind of how I view it is like, I'm here to document, tell a story, and like be a servant, like with packing out meat, like whatever I got to do to help the team out, like that's what I want to do. And so I was like, even if I don't get one, it's no big deal. Like I told Neville that multiple times. So I was like, seriously, no sweat. But yeah, just how it ended up being, we were, stalking in on this bachelor group of bulls, and just the wind swirled and they all just kind of trotted off like to about 180.
To be fair, he was second string. We were like, hey, if we screw this stock up, you're the
you
guy.
guys are bow hunting.
Yeah.
Josh
And I were bow hunting. We had this herd of caribou. It was probably 8 or 10, kind of bedded on this little knob, and we crawled up to a point, and by the time we got there, they got up and kind of started to move off. I mean, caribou can move. We just couldn't. I couldn't keep up. Josh crawls a whole lot faster than I do.
Oh, he crawls so fast.
He's like a little spider.
It was mind blowing.
Yeah, it was very bizarre to see somebody crawl that quick. But we screwed up the stock, and Luke was
and then
up.
Neville runs up to me. He's like, shoot one. And I was like, and I had like all the confidence that we were going to get it done with a bow. Yeah. Cause I was back, just trying to film kind of like with the long lens, just trying to, cause I didn't want to get up there too close. And so Neville's just like, shoot one. And I like remember he just hands me the rifle, and I'm like, I haven't even been studying these things. I'm just like trying to film, and I'm not trying to like look too hard at like, oh, which one's the big one. And so I just looked at the group, and I saw this one with a big white beard, and I was like, he looks mature.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Is this the one right away where Neville, being a film guy, he double tapped the button?
Yeah, I thought I said it's rolling here, but it was a hectic
moment.
I mean, they're only 200 yards away, or maybe even less. And we're just kind of yard sailing. Our packs are going off and trying to get prone and trying to check, make sure the scope's down at like pretty much at 100 yards or whatever. And just actually press that record button again. But it's all good. He dropped right there, and then Josh is like, "Give me the gun."
Just instantly gave up his bow.
And then I tried running it to him, but that tundra, it was our first day on the tundra, and I had never ran or even walked on tundra.
This stuff's gnarly.
I tripped like two or three times.
Would you guys say that's like walking on?
It's like walking on fuzzy basketballs. That's what I mean. It's like they call them hippie heads, but like it's like a fuzzy basketball, and it's just those tussocks. And you're trying to decide like whether you step on those and try to go tussock to tussock, or if you try to go in between them. And some of the holes in between those things will go up to your knees.
Yeah, it's like fuzzy basketballs in a kiddie pool.
Yeah,
like if you miss the basketball, you're in the kiddie pool.
Yeah.
It's like 2 feet of water, and your boots are wet, and
it looks like when you fly over that country, you think, oh, this is cakewalk, walk in the park, no big deal. We're just gonna cruise through it, and you start walking, and man, it just sucks all your energy. It's so hard walking through that stuff.
Yeah.
Josh turned to the gun that quick though.
Oh, it was.
Really?
We got
just day one.
We got up there to that point, and those bulls kind of started feeding back to our right, and it kind of looked like the gig was going to be up, and we were going to not be able to get it done with a bow. And like instantaneously, he was like, "Oh, I wish I had that gun. I wished I had that gun."
Oh, man,
so we
that
looked back.
was quick.
Yeah, Luke shot it, and then we were laying there. You know, he made a great shot on his bull and went over and died, and the herd was kind of just moving off, and he was like, I said, "Do you want to shoot one with a gun?" And he's like, "Oh, I would love to, you know, I want to right now." So we called those guys up. So Luke came running, and he jumped on the gun and shot the other one. I don't think either of them shot the biggest caribou in the group.
I don't think we
The
did.
biggest caribou in the group was one that like I was just like, "Oh, I want that bull so bad."
And
Like,
neither of them killed
neither
that
of them
one?
killed that bull. Big giant tops.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that was, but I mean, they killed great bulls. To Luke's point, like he killed it was an older bull for sure. And of all those bulls, it had like one of the best, probably one of the whole hunt, probably one of the best capes.
That is cool.
Real
Caribou.
long
Yeah.
white beard, you know, just a pretty, his velvet's like kind of a light color.
Yeah.
Much lighter than the other bulls. So it was a really pretty bull.
But isn't it funny though? Like, I don't know if we've talked about before. I think we have, like those hunts where you do bring multiple weapons.
Mm-hmm.
If you do bring a bow and a rifle, those guys who instantly get convinced, like that
Yeah.
one stock goes array, and you're like, "Oh yeah,
You always
give me the gun."
You back out. You back out too soon for sure. That's
I think-
you got to burn the ships, man. It's one. You got to commit. It's one or the other. It has
I think
to be.
Josh was there to kill a caribou, not necessarily kill one with a bow, or
Yeah.
it didn't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
sure with a bow, but I think he was just there to kill something, and like it worked out. It was good. I mean, you look back on that hunt. I think it all. I'm not like woo woo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think things happen
For a
sometimes
reason.
for a
Yeah.
reason, and it kind of worked the way it did. I mean, we had 2 bulls the first full day that we hunted. We had some bad weather days after that, and then you know Neville and I went out. We killed 2 bulls. We had a couple weather days after that, and then I ended up being there for like another 6 days.
Yeah, you got
know?
stuck.
Yeah, I got stuck
By
in there
yourself, right?
Yeah, for 3 days in there on my own. But I mean, it kind of worked out the way that it was supposed to. It felt like
If I know you like I think I do, those 3 days probably weren't that bad.
I was super mellow.
But
you probably, you know.
Yeah,
kinda-
I fleshed cape. I hung
kinda-
out. I walked
yeah.
down to the stream. I walked down, looked at caribou. I kind of just mellowed out. The only thing I was like worried about was food because I
Yeah.
was getting super low on food.
But here's the funny thing: we're talking about the eye for photography, the eye for videography. He's literally stuck in his camp for so many days. I don't think he has a lick of footage from any of that. That would have been so great, like a daily vlog from trail. Like, yeah, day 432 in the tundra. No one's came to pick me up yet. Like,
No, that was my time. That was thinking time.
I know.
just
If I
little
know Trail
scratches
like
in the
I
tent.
think I
yeah,
do.
scratch marks in the tent. How many days he's been
Yeah.
there?
If I know him like I think I do, he probably never looked at his phone. He probably just
Yeah, it's just-
He's like, yeah,
Just
whatever. If I never make it out
chilling.
here, I'm just living life.
probably pretty damn happy.
Went for hikes. Yeah, looked for wolves. Looked at caribou.
Do you even have a weapon?
Um,
Did you have my
yeah,
pistol?
I had a pistol. I had my bow still.
Oh, he still had your bow.
I think Neville may have let the gun too. When Neville went, he went. He jumped and ran. I mean, they basically said, you know, one of you. We drew straws. He won. I think we played, you know, Rochambeau for it, right? But he won and just took off. Yeah, he was out of there. So I think I had a gun. I had my bow. I mean, I went out and looked around. I had a wolf tag. You know, went looking for wolves. Didn't see any, but I mean, I filmed a bunch of caribou. I didn't do any vlogging though.
I know you love a selfie.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd have any selfies.
Is
It
there
was
anything-
fun. It was a fun hunt for sure. It was a cool opportunity to have Luke. I mean, that was one thing I was going to say. I was just hearing you talk. I mean, when we went on that hunt, you know, essentially you're in there, you know, potentially for 2 weeks. You know, never met Luke before in our lives. I think that was the first time we ever met.
Yeah.
It's always I'm always a little apprehensive, you know, when you jump into a hunt, because like here's this thing that like I really value, you know, I want this experience so badly. I've thought about it my whole life, you know, and you're gonna jump in with, you know, 2 other guys and a camera guy that you've never met, you know,
Yep.
and you kind of hope for the best. You hope it goes the way that you want it to, which, you know, fortunately it did. But I mean, you're an agreeable, easygoing guy that's good to get along with, and I think that's a huge. I mean, I've hunted with a lot of camera guys, but like that's part of it. It's a big part of it for me.
Thanks,
like,
Trail.
I got a similar. It was the first time we'd ever used go hunt.
Yeah,
in
my
general.
first hunt with you guys
was with me.
you.
Yeah, so I got a very different but similar antelope hunt with Ryan Bader, my brother-in-law Randall, Ryan Bader's dad, Ryan Bader's son, me, and then Luke showed up, right? I don't know if any of you guys follow Ryan on Instagram, but like, it'll tell you who he is.
Yeah,
right?
you and his stories, you will get a good chuckle.
Yeah.
He might not be appropriate
love
for
his
kids in the
stories.
background, but
Follow
you'll
him on
get a
Instagram?
good
Yeah.
He's
chuckle.
kind of a wild man.
He's a great follow.
Yeah.
Great follow. Really adds some entertainment to your day. And you know, he's a wild card, and my brother-in-law is a similar wild card in a different way. And so I'm like, man, like I don't do well socially with new people. You know what I mean? Like you and I talked about this. If you're driving to a hunt with somebody you've never hunted with before, are you driving together or separate?
Yeah.
I'm driving separate.
I'm driving separate.
I'm not even offering.
Yeah,
If
me
I've
neither.
never hunted with you before and spent like multiple days and understand how this is going to work, I'm not even offering.
Yep.
So I'm already in my mind like, man, I really want to film this hunt. It's a great hunt, family, you know, this whole thing. It's going to be a cool hunt, super public land, like mountainous antelope. It's not normal antelope hunting.
Definitely not.
Like, man, but we can't get anyone I know, like anyone I've hunted with before, because it's going to be kind of wild. And so I was super stressed out about it. He shows up to camp, meets us at camp. I ended up backing into your FJ the very first morning in the dark.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
did?
I didn't know where he parked.
His
It was like-
beloved FJ.
I know, right?
I didn't know where he parked.
Do you still have that?
I do.
There you go.
270,000 miles.
It was dark. Anyways, he showed, by the way, with his weird food, he's eating cougar and white rice. He's got mountain lion.
Yeah, I had Alexa bring me some, or just make me some, meals to go.
Yeah, mountain lion and white rice. I'm like, weird food choice.
Yeah.
First thing in my
So
head.
good.
Like, okay, I don't know what to
Baller
talk
move.
about
Yeah.
here. Like, what are we dealing with?
First strike.
First morning, first morning, I back into his FJ. I have that spare tire on the back of my Tundra at the time, and it hit his bumper. I'm like, holy, this is going great, and this is awesome. Anyways, yeah, like 4 days with us, and
Yeah.
it was like he had been with us forever. It was the easiest thing ever. And
Yeah.
from that day, I'm like, yep, we got one. This is good.
Yeah, that was an adventure.
My brother-in-law was giving pep talks,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like a football coach in the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, and his gear malfunction. He doesn't have a ton of time, right? He's always doing shit. He's training and stuff. So like his gear malfunctioned. He didn't check it, and so my brother-in-law is giving him like
A little pep talk.
college football pep talks, and he's sitting there filming. It was very random, but it was good.
Yeah,
It was good.
no, it was really good.
What's I was curious, going back to equipment, just to change subjects, but like what do you recommend? What do you like as far as camera
Camera
body
gear-wise?
lenses? Yeah.
Yeah, I
what's your
mean,
go-to?
They're like all the major brands like Canon, Sony, Nikon, like they're all, very capable at this point, and they have been for a long time. It really comes down to personal preference. My personal preference is Canon, but I've shot Sony for years and years and years as well. Basically, I would just say just pick one and invest in glass. And that's what most people would say too, because glass is really like, what's going to hold its value longer because new bodies come out every year.
Lenses.
Lenses?
When you say glass, is that what you mean?
lenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's lingo.
Yeah, I
You
know.
wouldn't get it,
Sorry,
Trevor.
I'll
You
try
wouldn't get
and
it.
keep the lingo.
I'm on the same way.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
you.
Brady's a shooter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But did you break your camera by
Shooter
the way?
Gavin.
They what?
Did you break your camera?
No, I sent it into Sony after this last hunt.
Yeah, because didn't you like fall?
Oh, I
was
took
listening
the-
to
I
that
took
podcast.
Literally, it was a moment where I shouldn't have said something. I was making fun of Porter. And there's no way he could last in this environment.
Yeah.
And right as I said that, I ate shit and I did like 2 or 3 rolls on the mountain and super steep rocks.
Yeah.
And
Karma.
my
Karma's
camera
bitch,
got
man.
scratched up,
Gotcha.
and like I kept pulling it apart. Like, is the lens good? Is the body good? And right when I got back, I sent it in, and it was completely fine.
Okay, good.
Got all checked out, but I was so
Yeah.
nervous. Like, that's my baby.
Oh yeah.
Like, I love my camera so much, and I always have it on my shoulder because I always want to capture shots.
Yeah.
And like, they're tough. They're tougher than I think a lot of people give them credit for.
They really
Like,
are.
They can withstand the elements. Like, you can get them wet, frozen, whatever it is. And
Yeah,
like,
especially if you're buying like one of the higher end, like the Canon R5 or the Sony A7 R4 or R5, like, or the Nikon Z9, like one of these like built tough magnesium alloy bodies. Like they can take the rain, they can take the dust pretty well. So,
and you love mirrorless.
I do. Yeah, I shot DSLRs. Like it's funny. I went Sony mirrorless after starting shooting on DSLRs, because then the Sony mirrorless was just king for the market for a while, like 2018 through 2020. And then 2020 I went back to DSLR because I actually liked having the mirror, because it did provide some protection from like the dust and stuff, because those Sonys at the time, like you just took the lens off to switch a lens and it's bare sensor.
Everything just goes right.
And being out in the mountain is just like dust, wind constantly. So I actually went back to DSLRs in 2020, but then I just realized I had to have like a little battery pack charger because they don't charge with USB-C because of, having that mirror. They can't get enough power draw through their USB ports to charge them. Just, is basically what it is. But then I did that for a year, and then I think right at the start of 2021, I went back to mirrorless and just stuck with Canon.
And Canon finally caught up too.
Yeah, and then now their sensors, come down and block the dust. So when you do take off a lens, you don't have that issue as bad.
What do you think about that, Charlie? Do you understand all that conversation?
Right there? No, every bit of it.
Every bit.
Not one thing, but I want to pull a Brady and go back to a earlier topic that I didn't jump in, but I wanted to. So I'm going to bring it back up now. When you were talking about how your son at the job fair is like, I guarantee nobody's asking like, hey, have you ever thought about being a cameraman for a hunting company?
Nope.
And then do you have people reach out to you quite a bit of like, how do I get started in this?
Totally.
Because we, as a business, have an issue finding. It does seem like there is a void, and it seems like you're your own boss, your own schedule. You get to decide where and when and what you want to do. Adventures, like being a young guy, it's got to be awesome.
It is, yeah.
So, from my perspective, I'd be interested how many people are reaching out to you to like try to get into this, because there is a void from a business standpoint. There's clearly a void.
Totally. Yeah, I do get a lot of people reaching out just with, from just simple questions like I said, how many batteries should I take? But then also like, how do you like work with brands, and how do you do that kind of, those like more like business type questions. And yeah, my philosophy is like kind of like what you were saying, Lorenzo, like there's, this industry is plenty big enough to hold a lot of, photographers and videographers, and there's plenty of work out there. So like, and at the end of the day, I just like helping people, especially people that are like passionate about like, wanting to get into photography, which is something I'm very passionate about. So like, I enjoy helping them, if it's just one thing they can learn from me, I enjoy that. Or if I can help them in other ways too.
Yeah.
Kind of like when somebody reached out to you, Brady, like, hey, I drew this tag, or hey, like, what would you recommend for like this setup?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. Like you just
I do enjoy helping them out because I've made all those mistakes.
Yeah.
Got all those failures before. And like you're cutting down that learning curve for the person.
Yeah.
It seems like there is a mountain of work that's available, because the amount of people, I don't know if you guys get it, Trail or Brady, but the amount of people I get texts from brands, big brand, cool brands, like, hey, do you have anybody you can put me in contact with? I'm going to, I don't know, some badass hunt. They just need assets of a new product. It's like, do you have anybody that I can take? And I get it all the time. I don't know if you guys do too, but I mean, some really cool brands that I'm like, man, if I was 25 years old, this would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like this would be one of the coolest jobs ever. It's like, it seems like there is no shortage out there of work and people trying to find somebody who can do it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
How do you go ahead?
No, you go for it.
You sure?
I don't know. You're going to end up asking like 100 questions.
I was going to say, how do you navigate work? Because this is a job for you.
Yeah.
And it happens in the fall. And then your own desire to go hunting, like your own
That's a
schedule.
great question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because I know how I feel. I would go hunting.
Yeah.
Trail, come on. No.
Yeah.
To me, this would be a job that would be extremely tough, because I have a very hard time giving up,
Could you be an outfitter? Do you think you could be a sub-guide or outfitter?
No.
Because it's the same, roughly same thing.
Yeah, I don't. It makes me extremely anxious to think of guiding somebody, to take them out. And then I genuinely really like to hunt. And maybe it's just selfishness on my own, but like that time is so valued to me. I would have a really hard time being a camera guy when I'm like, man, I could be hunting elk right now.
You should tell Luke to put his earmuffs on for all the discussion. I don't want to convince him to switch over to the dark side.
No, I'm really curious, because I know he genuinely does. Like, I know you like to hunt.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you navigate that? How do you feel about it?
Yeah. So I would say I still do hunt on my own, like in my own personal time. Like this year, I have about a week or so blocked off to hunt in September with one of my buddies from Oregon, and then about a week or so in early November for blacktail in Oregon as well. But yeah, I'd say I've tried. Like last year, I spent 20 days hunting personally in September, and it was awesome. I hunted with my wife, hunted with some of my closest friends, like made some awesome memories. But at the end of it, I spent a lot of time reflecting this winter, like on, my last hunting season. I try and do that because like it is my work, it is my passion, and I want to like have next season be better. So I spent a lot of time reflecting, and I was just like, you know what, like as fun as it was, like having all that personal time to hunt, like I feel like at this season of my life, I really find a little bit more enjoyment, just ever so slightly, like just capturing those stories and capturing those hunts. And like, at least that's, you know,
and you're leaving money on the table if you're out hunting on your own.
Very true.
I mean, that's 20 days you could be
making
filming
money.
2 hunts.
Yeah, making money.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a give and take, but I just feel like, you know, the most important thing right now is just like, you know, at this point in my life, like just investing in that time to work and, you know, and having balance, you know, being home with the wife and the dogs and, you know, working on house projects that we got going, but, you know, and also, you know, also making time to hunt too, because that was something I decided in 2020, because in 2018 through 2020, I didn't do any personal hunting. Like I just did filming. And that was when I was like, I started to feel slightly burnt out. But not like in a bad way. It was just kind of like creatively. I was kind of hitting some like creative roadblocks in my own workflow. And I was like, you know, if I'm going to really go, you know, make this my one of my main things I shoot all year, I want to spend time where I don't have, you know, I'm not filming and have those memories and have those experiences to, you know, to add into my films or add into, you know, what I'm capturing. Cause like, oh, I've experienced that before. Like this year I shot a bull in Idaho and I couldn't find him and ended up just not being able to find him. And, you know, I've filmed that on hunts and like, you know, film guys have those emotions and stuff, but like going through it on my own now, it just adds a whole different layer to like, you know, the next time that happens, like the emotions I'm going to try and like hone in on and, you know, that kind of a thing. It's just that angle I'm going to take.
Mm-hmm. So you treat it like 2 weeks paid vacation. Like that's a normal job. That's how you're treating it.
Yeah.
You think you could do that?
I don't know.
Think we could do that? I don't know.
But yeah, like I said, it's just like in this season of my life, that's just kind of like, I feel very content with that.
Yeah.
And it's taking you some cool places.
Yeah.
Like I follow you all the time. Like,
that's what I was.
Even in the off season, you're going to all these like, you know, other crazy places to go film and photo. And like, you know, you've seen all sorts of places in the West. You know,
that's what I was talking about, the mountain of work out there that people reached out to me for. And they pitched these job scopes to me and they're like, man, it seems like it would be so easy to find somebody to go to Africa and go on safari in Africa and go there. And you're making money while you're there.
Yeah.
It's like it seems so easy, but no one can, it's hard to find people.
You know, it's like fishing stuff.
Yeah. Fishing trips, travel. I mean, to be a young guy, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. The fishing stuff's been a huge blessing, doing the shoots for CBS Sports and the Sport Fishing Championship.
You've seen a lot of cool things in your life already.
Yeah.
Being just a little young pup.
Yeah. Very, very blessed.
What motivates you to keep doing what you're doing and try to be better all the time? Like, or how do you like gain inspiration to like, do you ever look back at some of your old films and like, you know, realize what you maybe could have done different or try to take that experience into something else? But
totally. Yeah. I try and like look back at my old stuff every now and then just to kind of like be like, oh wow, like we did that or I did that or, you know, that happened, like that kind of a thing. But also just, I don't know. I just, like I said, I just have a big passion for storytelling. It's in this season of my life. And, you know, I'm just, you know, super thankful to the Lord for the blessings that he's brought to my table and for the adventures and the people that I've gotten to meet. So yeah, I don't know, just taking one day at a time and just feeling like this is where I'm supposed to be. So
what's a hunt that gets you excited? Like what would be one that where somebody pitched you, they called you up and said, I would like to do this. And you're like, no questions asked, I'm there.
I love filming archery elk. I don't know.
That's good. I like hunting archery.
So I have this hunt this year.
No, I know.
And I really wanted you to go on it with me.
Yeah.
And come to find out, you can't go on it. But I have this archery elk hunt.
Yeah.
It's in the rut.
It's going to be a good one.
Backcountry.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
It's in a prime state, prime time.
I mean, just throwing it out there.
I've been there.
With Omar.
It's a riot.
It's a riot.
I'd say that's probably my favorite, but I don't know. I kind of like them all. There hasn't really been any I haven't liked.
Is there one you haven't done yet you want to do? New Zealand, Africa?
I really want to do a moose hunt and a
Canada moose.
grizzly hunt.
That'd be cool.
Those are two I have not done
Archery?
yet.
Archery, grizz, and moose? That'd be
Probably,
awesome.
yeah.
oh yeah,
I think that'd be
epic.
sweet. But
That's something
I'd be down for either.
That's on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's astronomical in price nowadays. It's like who knows how, when, what.
Yeah.
But it is on my bucket list. Like I'm focused on how to make that happen at some point in my life.
Yeah.
The grizz moose archery hunt would be awesome. You want to film it for me?
Sure. But yeah, as it gets rarer and rarer too, it's like, I would love to make that happen.
Yeah.
Before it's like,
Exactly.
totally unattainable.
That's how that's in my mind. That's what's like eating at me.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like it's going a good direction. So
Yeah. especially for brown bear or grizzly.
Yeah,
that
it's
one's
not-
becoming
it's
a
not
very
going. It's not going the way you want to
stretch.
see it, and it's like it's putting more pressure on me to try to figure out how to get it done sooner.
Yeah, moose is still you could still
Moose is
feasible. You could pull that off, but grizzly or brown bear's getting pretty tough. Think
I
about it.
almost like the way I view that. For me, I view the moose as the bonus, right? Like I want to go like the grizz. Is
really
for
It's
me.
like opposite for me.
Really?
Yeah,
It's like,
grizz
man,
is-
if I'm going
yeah.
that far to kill a moose too, like to have them both, like it would just be so awesome. Go spend 14 days up there.
Moose
doing
have
that.
giant antlers.
I know, but
Bears, meh.
Big skull.
but a grizz with a bow.
Yeah,
You
it'd be-
kidding? You ever watch Billy Mole's films?
Yeah,
Like holy shit,
yeah, pretty
man.
cool.
His
God,
stuff
that
is
guy's got me
amazing.
going. If I ever can't sleep at night or something, and I already turned the TV off, and my wife, would yell at me, and I don't want to get yelled at.
Literally,
So I go to
literally,
YouTube.
Cody Bohr and I have a text string going. We're like, anytime a new Billy Moles,
Yeah.
like, did you see that new Billy Moles? And I'm like, dude, I like just saw it. Now that you said it, I'm dropping everything I'm doing tonight and I'm
Yeah.
watching it.
And I love
like
their,
2.5 hours long.
Yeah, I love how long they are. So if I ever can't sleep or anything, that's my go-to is Billy Moles, and he's got me into it.
Fired up with this
Big
big old brown bear.
Yeah.
You does it make you nervous working with different people across the industry? Do you have any anxiety with that? I would struggle with it in your position. I'm thinking my way through it, continually being like kind of ping-ponging from different personalities, different environments, different hunts. That would give me massive anxiety. I feel like I would really struggle with that. Is it hard for you at all?
I mean, I would say there's definitely I've been on a lot of hunts where I just kind of show up, like Lorenzo was saying, I show up and I don't know
Anybody.
anything.
Yeah.
And
You're kind of in their world.
Yeah.
They'll just send you a UTM and you show up and you're there.
Yep. It's like, hey, here's a pin.
Yeah.
Whatever. Meet me here this day. But I enjoy just the people I've met, 99%, 99.9 probably.
Give me the 0.01. Throw out a name.
No name drops. But no, they've just been really awesome people. And I think it just is a good testament to hunters. Is your average hunter you meet is going to be just a salted earth kind of guy. And, especially I don't know, I just feel like I've been blessed with the guys I've been able to meet, across the industry, across all the brands that I've been fortunate enough to work with. Really haven't met any bad eggs. So,
Well, here's how badass we think you are. So last night after you left the little event, we pulled up. I can't remember what the film is. You filmed that one hunt with John.
yes, Rivers Bend.
Yeah.
who?
That bull coming across the river.
The
like,
loophole? The
Yeah.
loophole? Yeah, that is a
if you guys
phenomenal
haven't
film.
watched that film, my goodness,
We got our socks blessed off on that one.
that was Cody pulled it up and we were looking at that scene again. This is epic.
Yeah, that never ever happens.
Yeah,
It
just
was-
being in the right place, right time,
Yep.
but you being able to capture that moment and still keep recording and let the scene develop and
Yeah.
everything you did right there was just, it's like Nat Geo.
Yeah.
Better than Nat Geo.
No,
You're way
that
better
one's
than
probably, if I had to pick one that someone wanted to watch of my work, I'd be like, that's just this. It's just a story. It's not the most flashy. It's not the most pow pow special effect, but it's just it's a good story.
Yeah.
That's a great. I highly recommend that film. That's an awesome one.
It's got a giant bull elk in it.
Does it?
Superior,
I didn't
superior.
notice.
Some would say
That's all,
superior.
that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Was good. Any other questions you guys got?
No,
what else,
man.
What else you running with?
I don't know. I mean, if anyone is listening and understanding the opportunity that exists, give a just to end this one, right? Just give a quick 3-step. What do they do? What are they doing? What do they got to do?
Yeah, I would say if you're trying to get more into filming hunts or anything like that, I would just encourage you to shoot as much as you can, as much different genres. Say your cousin has a wedding and asks you to shoot it, and you never shot a wedding, do it. Or even if you have shot a wedding, I say do it. Looking back at kind of my career, so to speak, I'm just super grateful that I took the time to shoot so many different types of scenes and genres, and from family stuff to weddings to concerts to music videos to just going out and backpacking trips, and just learning these little things that kind of all overlap into each other. So just there's never too much stuff you can shoot. I would say don't just hone in on one thing creatively. I do some fishing stuff in the spring and summertime, and I enjoy that because it kind of helps keep me creatively sharp because I'm doing something completely different. I'm at sea level on boats on the ocean shooting fishermen.
Yeah.
It's completely different than Brady Miller.
With the species, you're after under a barrier that you can't
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah.
Like they're under there.
Yeah, it's just doing creative creative things that kind of make you uncomfortable, and you kind of have to like be on your toes and kind of dance and think like on the spot is just such an important thing, especially when you're learning.
That's one.
Yeah,
Let's go to two.
yeah, that's a long-winded one.
No, that's a good one.
But at number two, I would say just whatever gear you can afford within your budget is a great place to start. And don't think you have to have like a Canon R5 or a Sony A7S III or one of these top of the line cameras for filming hunts. Like those are the top in my opinion because their size, form factor, and the image they can produce. But yeah, if you can just get an older camera for a couple of years ago, like you're in a good microphone, because audio is like just as important, if not more important, because your brain scientifically actually analyzes audio before visual, even though visual's at the speed of light, 160,000 miles per hour, audio is at like 600 miles an hour. But just how our brains are wired, like if the audio is not good or, it's just not jiving, like I'd rather have a good audio and like 720 video than like 4K video and, really muffled audio. So I would just say, focus on your equipment, but what you can afford and don't stress too much because it's so easy. Like with everything like gear related, it's like, oh, I want to get the best, or, you have what's called GAS, gear acquisition syndrome, where it's like, I just want the best I can. And that's all you think about. And it's like, and you get like what you can, then something new comes out. You're like, oh dang, I don't have the new whatever. And it's like, no, actually it's pretty much just as good. Like the cameras I shoot on are, going on almost 3 years old, so they're still amazing, but, and then number three, I would say, just don't hesitate to ask, like, whether it's, just asking somebody for, like a guy like me, like just a fellow photographer in the industry, just asking a question or asking a brand, just saying, hey, like, do you have any work, you ever need a hunt filmed or a product shot or whatever? Like that's another thing I have run into in my career is just, it never hurts to ask because you either say no and you're right back where you were and, there's no hard feelings, or there's an opportunity and you can, step into that. So,
Yeah, or it's no right now, but maybe in the future,
totally.
and they get your name and you build a body of work.
Yep.
You put it out there.
And I'll give two from a business perspective, right? You gave her from the commissioned part of it. From a business, find a way to be genuinely excited about the project and do photo and video.
Yeah.
And right there you will stand out.
Yeah. Just trying to always go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pack meat, that helps.
Yeah. That's like be genuinely excited about the project, be all that.
Be helpful. Yeah.
That all goes in there. And then do photo and video. It's
that's a good
so
one.
hard to find that.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm
good.
looking forward to our next adventure together.
Me
We
too,
were talking
Brady.
about a little bit last night.
Heck yeah.
And just for trails benefit, it is an elk hunt trail.
Mm-hmm. I have a mule deer hunt with Luke this year.
What are we doing?
I know.
Where are we flipping rolls?
We're flip flopping.
My goodness.
We're gonna have way more fun.
Are you guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We probably will. I'm going to be jealous.
Yeah, you can come.
Yeah.
It'll be a snowy one.
Yeah, it might be
Yeah,
snowy.
it really
That
will.
one, I'm excited for that, for you, for the film. It's going to be fun. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. Like last night watching Brady's film, I think, and I told Neville, because I know Neville kind of works with the insider, the films, the originals that we do, and I'd watched your film before, and that was kind of the comment that I'd given back to him a number of times. Was just the videography was really beautiful in it. Like I thought there were some really stunning, images that were captured, and that's one thing. Like I'm not a big proponent of like having a camera guy with me all the time. It's just a little bit different for me, but it is really cool to have the opportunity to go back and watch an experience that I lived, I did, and be able to share that with my family or my kids, and anybody that might be interested. So like in that realm, it is really cool to capture that and carry on with it.
And the way it's shot too, it's real, it's raw, it's not faked.
Yeah.
It's just how the hunt
How it
unfolds, and
happens.
you're following a
Yeah.
storyline, whatever it may be, and you're just capturing it the whole way through it.
Yeah, there wasn't one thing I would have changed. Like Nick did such a good job editing it.
So I'm looking forward to that. The fact that, you get to go back and relive those and it'll live forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the bow in the late season.
Yeah, it'll be
It's
cool.
gonna be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Luke. I
appreciate you guys.
I
Thank you for having me on.
enjoy your friendship. I enjoy what you do, what you capture, all the photos, all the videos.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
I
thanks
just
for coming.
appreciate you
Hung out.
showing up
Yeah.
out of nowhere. I was so
Yeah.
excited. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
me
I wouldn't
there
miss
he
it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally made it down to Vegas. I got
about
a little
time.
showroom thing.
That
shoot
is
a
one
little
thing.
office.
There's an affection and affinity for camera guys that are good that we like working with, like hunting with.
We
like,
talk about
it's
you
a,
guys.
It's a friend. We talk about you. We love you. We love you guys.
We have a
Genuinely.
group
it's
that we like to
it's-
talk about.
It's a vibe. It's a good thing. Brady, do you want to hit us with the promos? Close this out.
Yeah, let's do a promo. So it's summer.
It is
there's
summer.
dead-
Summer in
dead
Vegas.
summer.
What is it? 100, dude?
No, we've had
No?
no 100-degree days yet.
Yeah, and every day is
amazing.
getting shorter, so that means we're getting closer to fall. So it means you get some tags in your pocket.
Thank God.
There we go.
So there's still great opportunities to get tags in your pocket. So you can still use Insider right now to find all these OTC hunts. There's a bunch of hunts we broke down, a bunch of articles. It's not just Colorado. There's other OTC opportunities out there. So you can use Insider to hone in those areas. If you already have a OTC tag, well, where do you want to go? You can use Filtering 2.0 to narrow it down. Use some unit profiles. So use promo code podcast. That's going to give you $50 back to the GoHunt gear shop. So in our gear shop, 1 point is $1. So that's essentially 50 points, but that's $50 you can turn around and buy yourself some cool gear. It's going to benefit your hunt. You can also get GoHunt maps. We just launched, historical imagery. It was a giant thing we did with GoHunt maps.
Yep.
And you can now go back in time to hone in on those imagery. Like use it in burns. You can use it to find water sources. You can use it to find game trails. There's a ton of stuff you can do. Get snowpack on the mountains if you want to get rid of that snowpack and go back in historical imagery. You can remove cloud cover if there's a bunch of clouds on the imagery. There's so many different things you can do with GoHunt maps right now with the combination of it's e-scouting. This is like basically June hits, it's kickoff to e-scouting. We're getting into July. It's time to put boots on the ground. So do your research ahead of time. Get yourself an Insider membership. You get all the research, all the maps, everything you need to have a successful fall and hopefully some meat in the freezer.
And I'm gonna
some
add
big
one-
racks on the wall.
And I'm gonna add one thing. I've been in a lot of marketing meetings lately, and I cannot believe how shitty of a job we have done talking about Filtering 2.0.
Yeah.
Like you just look back and everything else we've talked about. That is no question the most powerful tool the Western hunting industry has seen.
Yeah,
Like
you break everything down.
Filtering 2.0 itself is the most powerful, one-of-a-kind tool that has been brought to Western hunting. Like that is our revolutionary. That is what we revolutionized the industry with, and we've done a horrible job talking about it. So I'm committed. I was in those meetings, and I'm committed to talking about it more because that's what I believe to be the most powerful thing.
Yeah, from OTC hunts to the most
Everything,
extreme draw
to everything.
Cow elk, doe antelope, whatever you may be, we have it there. We even have turkeys.
So
we even have javelina.
I'm leading by example here. I committed to talking about it. I'm going to talk about it. God damn it!
You're fired up.
I'm
Wanna
so
do a
mad.
podcast
I'm
about that and just
you
like,
look back, and I'm
down.
so mad about it. I can't believe we've done such a shitty job with Filtering 2.0.
dude, I love how fired up you are right now.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just mad. When I get mad, I get fired up.
Yeah, that was a good one. Promo code podcast.
There
Get
you
you
go.
$50. Get the best research.
Thanks, Luke.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you guys.
You're a gem.
Yeah.
American
Thank you.
badass.
That's right.